right. The second Godzilla trailer dropped yesterday. And in case you didn't know, I was at the first Godzilla trailer for King of Monsters dropped earlier this year at San Diego Comic-Con. I was there in the Hall H panel when Warner Brothers came out and revealed the first trailers for a lot of stuff. Like the first Aquaman trailer dropped then, and I think trailers for other things. They showed some Wonder Woman 1984 footage. Didn't release it to the public, but the people there at the convention at Hall H saw it. And Godzilla. And actually, and Shazam too. That was the first Shazam trailer. I liked all the trailers and footage that I saw, but my favorite was actually, surprisingly, Godzilla. Even though I'm a huge DC fan, you'd think that my favorite trailer would have been Aquaman or Shazam. It wasn't. It was Godzilla, the first one. Something about that trailer really got to me. The way they juxtaposed, like, the old, symphony, orchestral, classical music song. I forget what piece that was. With, these larger-than-life epic, visuals of monsters and, bad, stormy weather and stuff and apocalyptic imagery. I thought it was beautiful and powerful. And so I'm excited to see what this trailer 2 looks like. I waited all day to watch it until now. Like, this is the first time I'm watching it because I want it to be fresh. Even though I'm sure all of you have already seen it. But here you go.
Hello? Is anyone there? I'm trying to reach...
That's Rodan, right? The flying one?
Senators, we believe that these titans are just the tip of the iceberg. Which of these titans are here to protect us? And which of these titans are here to threaten us?
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
No. We would be his.
You sure he's gonna be okay?
They're everywhere. Battling for dominance. A rival alpha to Godzilla.
You gotta be kidding.
Now that was the three-headed one. That's King Ghidorah, right? I did a little research because when I was a little kid, I saw some, the old Japanese dub Godzilla movies, when they would come on TV or whatever. But I know there have been a gajillion Godzilla movies. I haven't watched all of them, so I know there's a gajillion different monsters. I know there's Mothra, Godzilla, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and Godzilla. I think that's in this movie, right? And I think this franchise, this Warner Brothers Monsters franchise, they want to have King Kong crossover with them, and King Kong would be a great addition. So I think I got all the big monsters in this one. I mentioned Mothra too, right? We saw bits of a lot of them. It looked great. I mean, it looked like... I just love the epic monster on monster action. We saw a bit of that, but I think they're teasing that this movie is going to have a lot of huge monster fights. Which is what the first Godzilla movie... I liked it, but I think a lot of people thought it was just okay. Because we didn't see, I think, enough of Godzilla. And he had a monster to fight, but that was towards the end. And people wanted, I think, to see more of that throughout. And this movie, I think, might give us that. It might give us more monsters throughout the movie, giving us more of what we want to see. The challenge, I think, with the Godzilla movie is, the main draw are, these big monsters who don't, talk. So I think screenwriters are well, how do we make a movie about a bunch of monsters engaging if we can't like hear them say anything. So they put a bunch of human characters in there to make them kind of sort of the focal points, and it's what do the humans think of these huge monsters. But then I think when people watch a Godzilla movie and they see like all these like people humans, it's like where are the big giant monsters? So I think it's kind of like maybe there's a problem for the writers when they're making a movie like this. Like, how do you make a movie about giant monsters interesting and show them as characters when they can't say anything? You have to use human people to look at them, but then the human people aren't as interesting to the audience because they're just puny humans, whatever. So I guess, I don't know, I have sympathy for the screenwriters, and I hope they'll try to solve that problem here by giving us, I guess, more monster battles throughout the movie, because there's like 4 or 5 monsters in here, and maybe there are some secret monsters that we haven't seen in the trailers yet. So, like one of the characters said, monsters fighting for dominance in this trailer. So, it's going to be these monsters fighting in the world, maybe ending or being in chaos while all these super powerful monsters are fighting each other, these titans. And, like that lady said, it was CCH Pounder playing that, senator or president. I don't know what her character was. That was the actress who said this. So you want us to make Godzilla our pet, referring to making Godzilla, protect the world. And the guy, I think Ken Watanabe, his character said, no, we would be his pets. Because, there's nothing, I guess, these monsters are so powerful, there's nothing, I guess, we humans can do to really stop them. Or to we just have to appease them and get out of their way. I think. That's how it was in the old Japanese movies, right? In most of them, I think that's how it is now. In this movie, too. Because it doesn't look like, I don't know, I can't see the human military as it is today being able to handle monsters who can do that. If they existed in real life, I think we just have to figure out a way to survive them. It looks great. I love the apocalyptic imagery. I love the giant monsters. I'm a huge sucker for those epic, larger-than-life stuff. I think that's why I like the Zack Snyder DC movies so much, because he went for that like kind of epic, larger-than-life cinematic imagery. And he had a soundtrack by like Hans Zimmer and stuff, and Junkie XL to match that, and BVS and Man of Steel. So, Godzilla's giving me a bit more of that kind of cinematic, epic, larger-than-life, dramatic, huge kind of stuff. And this is giving us that. I mean, I saw that in here, and I like that. I'm going to see this movie. Like I said, this is my favorite trailer earlier this year at Comic-Con, even though I liked all the Warner Brothers trailers. But that, I don't know, something about the Godzilla trailer, the first one, grabbed me. And this one, I like the first one still better than this, but this is still good. And, I can't wait. I hope that they're able to, I'm kind of an easy critic, but I hope that they're able to make this movie enough of, like what I said before, it's monsters fighting, which gives people enough of what they see, but there's still enough plot in there. And that's going to have to be with the human characters, I guess. But that people don't feel like they're seeing too many people. We want to see giant monsters, but again, how many giant monsters do you show where it's just a giant monster fight and there's no depth to the plot? I mean, I really do think making movies like this today are challenging. So, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure I'll be pleased no matter what because I'm an easy critic, but, what will everybody else think? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.